Recording in progress.
Good afternoon. It is now 3 o'clock, and I'd like to call the Transportation Ad Hoc Committee meeting to order. Madam Clerk?
Ocho Walker. Malinowski.
Here.
You.
Here.
Livingston.
Here.
Mackey.
Here.
We have a quorum.
The next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. I have the minutes from September 27th in your packet for review. Any edits?
Improvement.
Malinowski. Pugh.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is the adoption of the agenda. From staff, do we have any edits, deletions?
No changes.
Thank you.
Madam Chair. Thank you.
Malinowski.
Yes.
Pugh.
Yes.
Livingston. Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item is item for actions 4A, the Lake Tide Summit credit sales. Director Maloney, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This item sells wetland credits of 3.132 credits at the rate of $20,000 per credit. This will generate $59,064.30 credited to the Transportation Penny Program as a revenue. And we recommend the sale.
Second for discussion.
Thank you. Recognize Ms.
We pretty clear now that I need credits for additional projects or perhaps economic development.
Yes, sir. Transportation Penny provided the group that's involved in selling these that we are retaining 100 wetland credits and 3,400 stream bank credits. And at this point, these the balances are well above that amount. The balances are on page 9 of 16 of the packet. We'll still have after the sale 594 wetland credits and 18,000 stream bank credits plus.
Director Maloney, can you just explain what do we do with the money that we collect from the sale?
It goes into the Transportation Penny Revenue Fund and remains there as an offset, and we are managing that as an offset to the initial investment of the Wetland Mitigation Bank.
Questions? We had a motion and a second. Madam Clerk?
Malinowski,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item on the agenda is the resurfacing package T. Director Maloney?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Staff recommends awarding the construction to the low, responsive, and responsible bidder, Palmetto Corp of Conway, in the amount of $2.8 million, $4,188.59. And we would like to include a 15% contingency in the project amount of $3,224,817. This project will be funded using our encumbered funding that is available to cover that amount. This project includes 25 resurfacing projects, one of which is Mountie Drive, commercial road that has the Tyson facility that was recently improved along it, which requires a little bit more than resurfacing. That'll be a full depth reclamation on about half of Mountie Drive, and is included in this work that would be approved tonight.
Thank you. Any comments? Mr. Malinowski?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Director Maloney, I know that this isn't the first time that a bid has come in what I consider well over the engineer's estimate, but the engineer's estimate in other programs or other projects is usually fairly good, and many times it's over what someone bids. So I'm wondering, the fact this came up so much over 24%, why we wouldn't rebid that particular project, or is there room for negotiation with the company when the bid is done after the bid's submitted?
No. And we have Jennifer Ladishkin here on the process on that, but I'll just give my understanding is that if we have multi-bidders that do submit bids, and like in this case, we can't negotiate. Like you said, we would have to rebid. The three bidders are within 10% of one another. The low bidder at $2.8 million, the high bidder at $3,072,000, and another bidder at $3,023,000. So the low bidder being about a little over $200,000 less than the mid. That to me rectifies that in the construction world and the people that are actually going to do the work, that's the best price. So that rebidding really wouldn't generate a better final outcome. As far as the engineer's estimate, one item in here that may not have been considered properly would have been Mountie Drive, which I did pull out and mention because of its full reclamation of that project. It's not a typical resurfacing in that area, and it is one of our more expensive projects.
There may, okay, over here. What was there an actual amount for that drive, that Mountie Drive you're talking about?
I don't have a breakdown, but I could provide that.
But that was in the actual bid package for, so it was in there, right?
It's part of the overall.
And the engineer knew all this also in coming up with the estimate.
We would tend to think so, but my understanding of how engineers do estimates, and if there was any underestimate, it would have been in that area.
Is there any reason we give this contingency since they're so much higher on the bid than the estimate?
I have, for instance, with Public Works, looked at a lower contingency amount that we are going to manage within for, say, Summit Parkway, Summit Ridge. We actually did that at recommended 7% contingency because of the higher price. That is something we could consider here in reducing the contingency.
I would like to see that, Director Maloney, because it seems to me when we have these estimates, unless there's some real great reason as to why the lowest bid is so much higher, then I think we're setting somewhat, I'd say, a negative precedence, because people see this and they say, hey, don't worry about those bids. They're going to pay it anyway. So that's why I actually would like to see the lower contingency then of that 7 or 7.5% that you referred to. So I would move for approval with a change within of the contingency to the, did you say 7 or 7.5?
7.5, sir.
7.5% from the 15. That'd be my motion. Approval with a contingency change to 7.5%.
I appreciate my chair. Staff has recommended 15% contingency, correct?
We did, sir. But we would, given the points of Mr. Malinowski and the amount of contingency here, which is about 200,000 plus 224, $424,000 roughly. I believe that, doing this with $200,000 of contingency plus or minus would be adequate for this project.
We had a motion on the floor. I have not heard a second.
But with the feedback from staff, I'll second it.
So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Malinowski,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Director Maloney, anything else?
That's it, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're at item 5, adjournment.
Don't move, Madam Chair.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk?
Malinowski,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you.